Joel Ostro says that you can add another reason to go. It's a new fine dining favorite, and it's called 1212.
We try to provide a much more casual environment than most other restaurants within the upscale market. I want the customer to come in and be able to enjoy themselves in an unpretentious environment and experience some of the best food in the city. We have an extremely talented kitchen staff. The food is the most important thing that we have. We buy the freshest ingredients, of course. You know, the dining experience all starts with the food. And if you don't have good food, you're basically nowhere. So that's our #1 priority. It's a real diverse clientele. We have a real loyal local following. We also have just recently been introducing some other elements, such as a bar menu to cater to a more after-hours type of crowd. When a customer leaves here and they say they've had a fun time, this was a fun dining experience, then that pretty much hits what we're trying to do here.
All right, well, 1212 is a new addition to the Gold Coast, Joel, so tell us what brings you there.
Well, I think it's almost an ideal restaurant in just about every respect, and I would start with what you mentioned, and that's the neighborhood that it's in, because especially when you come into the city from the suburbs, I don't want to just go someplace to eat and I'm home 2 hours later. And in that area, there's a lot of other things to do.
You want to make it a night out on the town.
Exactly, and 1212 is a great centerpiece for that night out.
And Mark, we know you live in Wicker Park and you hang out there a lot, but what do you think about the State and Division area and when you hang out over there?
You know, it's a lot of the bars in the Russian Division area seem to be more kind of, without insulting anyone, kind of meatheadish.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
What's wrong with meatheads?
I mean, the meatheads have their place, and my place is somewhere further from them. But I like walking around. I mean, I like walking around the Gold Coast. The houses, the apartment buildings are so historic and very beautiful. The restaurant's a little bit away from Russian Division.
It's a little bit hip, it's a little bit elegant, but you don't feel like you're the only person there not wearing enough black. The food's very unique and creative. One of the things that I've always mentioned that I ate there because people go kind of turn up their nose, and that was tomato sorbet was part of their tomato salad, and I thought that was a real interesting thing. It was a great combination of both sweet and salty flavors. Often there's little pleasant surprises in the food.
A lot of restaurants are doing that now with the tomato sorbets. They're making like more savory sorbets to kind of go to accompany a dish. And a lot of chefs across the country, even in LA, are doing like little tomato salads that are heirloom tomatoes with a little soup with it as well, and then a little thing of sorbet. Kind of makes it interesting. Gives you a whole variety of different flavors.
I think the last time I was there, I had roasted oysters as an appetizer. Then there were also little chunks of apple with bacon in it, and that was a very pleasant surprise.
I ordered the ribeye, which was very good, but I have to admit, I think I wish I hadn't ordered it because I think I could have ordered something a little bit more interesting. So, but my wife, she ordered duck, which I eventually just took, was incredible. It's kind of in a gingery sauce, which was great, over a corn risotto. So I'd say
second choice. I'm now
really?
upset that I didn't order
That
it.
was fabulous. There was something crunchy in the bottom of that dish too, and I had it.
Really? I don't know if that was supposed to be there.
No, I think it was.
One of the sure signs of a good restaurant is the bread.
Oh.
How was the bread?
There was 3 kinds of bread in the bowl, and they just kept refilling it. And if you're in the zone diet, don't go there because the bread is just terrific.
I will admit, I think it's funny that you guys mentioned the bread because my friends joke with me, but that is actually the #1 thing that I will actually judge sometimes a restaurant by
it's really
is the
important,
quality
yeah.
of the bread. And the bread was fantastic. The 3 different types, they were all just really nice. And overall, I mean, it was a great night. I mean, we started the night off with a couple of like Grey Goose martinis with blue cheese stuffed olives, which I think any restaurant should always have blue cheese stuffed olives. From there, we had a couple of appetizers. We did get the heirloom tomato salad, and also they had a prosciutto-wrapped rabbit loin, which was very nice.
That's a real classic combination.
I ordered the line-caught salmon with butter herb infusion, which was fantastic, and the desserts were phenomenal. I mean, the ganache cake was, I thought, perfect, one of the best that I've had. The caramelized banana, crisp, sweet, crunch, perfect. The one thing that surprised me about the restaurant was actually the size of the portions. The portions are great, but the
What do you think
experience
about
was
the
nice.
portions?
I kind of disagree a little bit.
Really?
I thought
What
the
did you
portions
get?
were a little. Well, I thought
You got the duck though.
the
Duck,
duck
is never.
and the ribeye. You know, you expect a lot of meat or something.
Okay.
I don't know. I just thought the
And a
portions
steakhouse,
were.
though.
Yeah, exactly.
I expected the portions to be smaller and they were larger, so maybe I went in
Yeah.
sort of thinking, oh, I'm going to get very small portions. But for instance, with my salmon,
Uh-huh.
there were like 2 fillets there, which I didn't expect.
Wow.
If I hadn't eaten a lot of the bread and then eaten my wife's entree, that I wouldn't have been full.
Right, Joel, well, you picked this place for us, so give us your summary or your closing argument.
Thanks. Well, the food's delicious. I think the entire place was done with a lot of thought and a lot of care, from the location to the decor to the service to the wine list, and I highly recommend it.
And Sheila?
Good food, unbelievable dessert, fantastic bread basket, and very nice blue cheese stuffed olives.
And Mark?
Personally, I enjoyed it. I don't think it's the place that I will be going back to soon, because at that kind of price level, I usually stick with certain favorites. But that said, if you're always trying things, go there and you will definitely not be disappointed.
All right, well, you can find 1212 at 1212 North State Parkway, 312-951-1212. It's open for dinner Monday through Thursday from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. and Friday and Saturday from 5 to 11, and the bar is open late on Fridays and Saturdays. Reservations are accepted, and the average dinner tab without the drinks is about $30 a person.